The first thing that I'm going to ask all of you to do is to keep it funky. So all of us know that the work relative to mentoring our young people, the things that are happening with and to and amongst our young people don't require big dictionary words to express. While it's nice to come into a workshop and put on our good clothes and kind of, sit quietly and listen, I'm also no fool. Been several cities across the country thanks to Brother Sean Dove and Open Society and some work that I did last year, and had a chance in rooms like these to talk to mentors and ask them a set of questions around how are we engaging young black men? How are you mentoring young black men? This is a start. We don't intend to solve all the problems of the world, obviously, in an hour, but we do intend to lift each other's voices and thoughts and expertise up and learn something out of this session. Our goal is for you to learn about the effective mentoring of young black men and boys, and for us to learn from you as well.
And I think that we do ourselves a disservice not integrating a more family-focused approach. I mean, I'm married, had 3 children. My son is in a mentoring program, but I'm part of the mentoring program because our boys need to have access to as many sober, responsible, spiritually guided men as possible. And it has become very difficult, Steve, over the years to convince the mentoring program, have you ever reached out to this boy's father? We like to bring them to conferences and saying that youth leaders are involved. Youth and leaders can get more involved, but we got to start cutting some checks, right? Because they are closer to the age of some of these young people. They're into hip hop, they're into spoken word.
Dr. Alfonso Wyatt, I am a youth developer. As you heard, I'm a merchant of hope. Frederick Douglass said something that I think we all should take to heart. He said that it is far easier to raise a healthy boy than it is to repair a broken man. Just because a man is a man or a person is a person does not mean he or she is automatically qualified to be a mentor. I believe in training. I believe in mentor training. I gave a grant to the Mentoring Partnership of New York, and I told them, I'm going to give you this money, but I want you to hire someone from the faith community, teach them about mentoring, take what they already know about mentoring so that they could go out into the faith community and do training. I believe in training. Without training, if you're working at McDonald's, they're going to teach you how to dip them fries and get them up when they're nice and crispy. A dentist must be trained, but is a Sunday school teacher trained? Is the person that holds the after service program working with the children trained? So training is real important. I also work with the Search Institute. I don't know if you've heard of the Search Institute. They've developed 40 developmental assets, 40 things that all young people need in order to grow and thrive. I would encourage mentoring programs to incorporate the 40 developmental assets. You don't need a proposal. You don't need a sanction by a mayor. You don't need to ask your state governor for permission to have a positive expectation of a young person. This is all hands on deck mentoring time.
To me, there is a lack of methodology in mentoring, and it's evident in the results. As Brother David mentioned, there are countless men across the country who every day on a daily basis mentor. However, there are hundreds of thousands of young guys who don't have a mentor, who don't have these individuals in their lives, be it in a barbershop, be it in a community center, or wherever else you want to conceive. And what often happens, and we can look at traditional mentoring as well as the large organizations who don't have a methodology in how they communicate what it is to communicate to students that's age appropriate and culturally relevant, we see that the context is not appropriate at times, and then we see a lack of consistency.
Join our movement, because it's not about, us just sitting down and figuring out what we want to do and get some cookies and punch and go to a little event and activity. First of all, we need to find out from the children themselves what specifically, because see, a lot of our programs that we've done in the past, adults say, this is what we think we should do. And a lot of times when I found working in this line of work, that it's not about what I think that the kids want. The kids tell me specifically, they sit down, they talk to me and said that, you guys are older. You're saying these things, but this is not what we want. We want to do this. You guys on Facebook, we Snapchat and some other stuff they're telling me about. So ask the kids what they would like to do. Focus on those specific activities and events and programs. And then once the kids start engaging, guess what they're going to do? They're going to tell their friends. And so you're looking at the traditional way of mentoring. The traditional way of mentoring is specifically this. Get one person with that kid and you go here and you do that and this is mentoring and isn't this great? Look at pat myself on the back, I'm mentoring a kid. Hey, that's not a, you're mentoring a kid. Well, are you really truly mentoring a kid? There's different forms of mentorship. So when we start talking about, engaging our young black men, and I tell them all the time, hey, my door's open.
While it's nice to come into a workshop and put on our good clothes and kind of, sit quietly and listen, I'm also no fool. Been several cities across the country thanks to Brother Sean Dove and Open Society and some work that I did last year, and had a chance in rooms like these to talk to mentors and ask them a set of questions around how are we engaging young black men? How are you mentoring young black men?
The biggest thing for us is relationship. That is the biggest thing for us, is building a relationship. People ask me or tell me all the time, how you gonna make them boys pull their pants up? I tell them like this, I don't like seeing their drawers either, but that's not one of my priorities. My priority is to seek him out, build a relationship with him, help him see who he is, give him some skills, develop his skills, help build up his self-esteem. And believe me, when that self-esteem is raised, the pants won't follow.
Because I've been listening to Tupac actually just the past few days lately. But anyway, the hate you give to little infants fucks everyone else. And basically what he was saying is that how we treat our babies, how we treat these young people, ultimately is going to affect everybody around us. It's going to affect the world. So he's like, yeah, I'm a thug. I'm what you made me. The hate that you gave, that you made me with, this is me. This is me and my outlaws, right? But that's how I just want to put it out there. As far as mentoring, I think that, meeting these young people where they are. Don't try to, I think that it's important to listen. They have a lot to say. Compassionate listening is key.
Give me one more.
Transparency. They want to be able to trust you.
Grand closing.
And can I make a comment after that?
That wouldn't be a closing though, bro.
So you have the good